How you doing? And welcome to this edition of Nightly News on Jay's All TV and Sports Channel. This is episode 15 for Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. And of course, I'm your host and moderator once again for this great episode. I'm Jason DeCanio. Thank you very much. And tonight on our 3-article show, we've got a couple of interesting articles pertaining to, one of them is pertaining to Halloween. And this one, you might be surprised as to why you shouldn't paint pumpkins on Halloween. Yeah, the surprising reason you shouldn't paint, if you paint the eyes and you paint the nose and you paint a smile, I think they want you to kind of do something a little bit less environmentally safe or something. I don't know, but we'll take a look at this article definitely. And this new FTC rule makes it easier to cancel memberships and subscriptions. Here's what you need to know. If you've had trouble before with past subscriptions to things that you didn't know you were still being billed for, well, now you can go in there and look at some new rules that will help you to cancel those, what they call annoying memberships and subscriptions that you don't even use and you're still being charged for. And of course, Pringles, the chips, right? Well, they're bringing back this popular flavor for good. If you've eaten Pringles before and you've had your share of your favorite flavors, maybe this is one of them that you were saddened when it left, but they're bringing it back due to popular demand. We'll also look at what holiday is today, and of course, the motivation of the day, as well as headlines and other important information. Okay, let's put the ticker up there. Also, let you know that Wipe Those Tears is tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. The continued look at the fast food and casual dining restaurants. It was a continuation of my birthday episode from last week. So episode 34 will wrap up the rest of the restaurants that we have to look at. Taking a little break from the NES games. I hope you'll tune in at 9 o'clock tomorrow night with the Tier Masters and myself for another great episode. Versus is also going to be here at 9 o'clock. I just finished the recording of the show for episode number 9. Hope you enjoy it. And don't forget to vote in the poll later on. Okay. And Saturdays with Wjay and Wjay every Saturday night at 9 o'clock. We record the show now on Thursday for your listening and viewing pleasure. And of course, it's always there on Saturday night at 9 o'clock when it is available to you to watch. So enjoy it and do hit that thumbs up button to like what you see. Okay. All right. So we've got all of our articles ready to go. But first, of course, the headlines and other important information. And of course, it's all by NPR.com for today, Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. 1 dead and dozens sickened in E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders. E. coli food poisoning linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounder hamburgers has sickened at least 49 people in 16 states, or 10 states actually, including one person who has died, federal health officials said. Wow. And I think the Quarter Pounder is the only one that's made from fresh beef. That's why. Could be. So if you like Quarter Pounders, you might want to stay away from them. Olivia Nuzzi and New York Magazine have split over her relationship with RFK Jr. The magazine said the two parties agreed to part ways, though an investigation found no inaccuracies or bias in Nuzzi's reporting. Meanwhile, Nuzzi and her ex-fiancé are blaming each other in court. Why this country is seeing a staggering increase in the number of rapes? Well, new reports from Physicians for Human Rights and Doctors Without Borders document a massive influx of sexual violence in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. What can be done to stop it? 5 people are dead and a teenager is in custody after a shooting in Washington state. 2 adults and 3 teenagers are dead after a Monday morning shooting in a home in Falls City, Washington. A 15-year-old male was taken into custody. U.S. intel officials say Russia is behind attempts to smear Tim Walz. A video making lurid and false claims about the Democratic vice presidential candidate was spread by pro-Trump accounts. Intelligence officials say Russia was behind the video. They're going to try to tie Russia into everything these days. How accurate is this article? Well, untangling disinformation. Once again. Wow. Another dramatic story. Honda recalls 700,000 Accords, Civics, and CRVs for fuel pumps that can leak. Honda said there are no reports of injuries or deaths related to the issue. It is the second major recall this month at Honda after 1.7 million vehicles were found to have potential steering issues. And a divided country agrees. The election is stressing everyone out. A new poll from American Psychological Association shows 7 out of 10 adults say the future of the nation is a significant source of stress in their lives, and the results cross party lines. Former Abercrombie CEO Mike Jeffries is arrested in federal sex trafficking case. Several men who made bombshell allegations against Jeffries were male models who described the dynamic in which money and potentially legitimate jobs were used as leverage to exploit them. The son of Singapore's founder says he has been granted political asylum in the UK. Lee Hsien-yang, the brother of Singapore's former prime minister, said he is a political refugee after the UK government granted him asylum from what he described as persecution at home. Pennsylvania election results may take days to count, and ACLU fighting Louisiana law. As results roll in on election night, Pennsylvania may take a while longer, and here's why that is. And the ACLU challenges Louisiana's 10 Commandments law, saying it harms children. What your mammogram can tell you about your cardiovascular health. Some clinics will now check your breast scan for atrial calcification, which can be a sign of heart disease risk. But questions remain about the approach. Trump has made more than 100 threats to prosecute or punish perceived enemies. An NPR investigation has found that since 2022, Trump has repeatedly threatened to investigate, prosecute, jail, or otherwise punish his political opponents, rivals, and even private citizens. This right here, folks, could be dis or misinformation, because when and where did he ever say he was going to go after his political enemies after what they did to him? When and where? Provide the documents and then come back with a more accurate report. Okay? Once again, folks, this is why NPR is not the greatest for news and information, because a lot of it is biased against the Republican candidate. Okay? 2 naval aviators died in a plane crash after returning from a tour in Yemen. Lieutenant Commander Lindsay Miley Evans and Lieutenant Serena Doug Wildman were both 31 and from California, and recently served 9 months on a tour in Yemen. Okay. She was terrified waiting for surgery. Then her anesthesiologist began to sing. As Samantha Hodge Williams waited on the operating table for emergency surgery, she felt alone and scared. And then the anesthesiologist appeared and started singing, I guess. Yeah. Well, as Ukraine's birth rate plunges, here's what one doctor is doing to reverse the trend. Ukraine is suffering from more than a Russian invasion. Births have plummeted, but many families with help from the government and doctors are trying to buck the trend and have a child in wartime. An organization has novel way to get members to vote, but is it legal? The Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, which helps members get affordable mortgages, says its 3.7 million members must vote or risk losing membership and the financial benefits. That right there is election interference. You cannot and should not be able to threaten anyone into voting the way they want to vote, lest you want to go to jail for that. That right there is illegal, and this corporation needs to be held accountable for it. Peru's ex-president Toledo gets more than 20 years in prison in case linked to corruption scandal. Peru's former president, Alejandro Toledo, was sentenced to 20 years and 6 months in prison in a case involving construction giant Odebrecht that became synonymous with corruption in Latin America. Hundreds mourn Catholic priest and an indigenous peace activist killed in southern Mexico. If I can start getting tongue-tied. Marcelo Perez continued to work as a peace activist despite threats. Advocates say he did not receive the governmental protection he needed. Of course, when they ask for protection, they never get it. Akron to pay $4.8 million to Jayland Walker's family over police shooting. Excuse me. The family of Jayland Walker, a black man who was fatally shot by 8 police officers, will receive a $4.8 million settlement from the city of Akron, the mayor's office said. Tropical storm Oscar disintegrates en route to the Bahamas. Yes, tropical storm Oscar disintegrated Tuesday, and its remnants headed toward the Bahamas. It had earlier made landfall in Cuba as a Category 1 hurricane, killing at least 6 people. And finally, Trump and Harris's closing messages to Republicans are as different as they come. With 2 weeks to go until voting closes on Election Day, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Harris made 2 separate but equally important pitches to Republicans on the campaign trail Monday. And there you have it, folks. The headlines for today, Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. Well, usually at this time, I would like to give a little bit of a 15-minute break here, and I'm going to before we go to break. 2 weeks left to this election, folks. I've already voted yesterday, so I already am accounted for. Of course, they won't count the votes until November 5th, once the polls are officially closed and Election Day is over and done with. Here on this program on Tuesday night, November 5th, we will be here with a virtual map of the United States with the 50 states at play. You've seen those videos where, you can turn the states blue or red according to who wins the Electoral College. We will have that for you. And I will be, of course, on the side looking in and giving you all of the play-by-play for about a good at least 3 hours, because the polls in the West close at 10 o'clock. So with that in mind, I hope you will stay in tuned to our look at the 2024 election coverage and let you know where we stand on it and give our opinions about it. We hope that you will have, an unbiased opinion about things and let you know where everything stands. Now, you know that this show can be biased, and I don't discriminate against that. And at the same time, let me put it to you this way. It's vitally important that you vote in general. Okay, if you don't want to vote for president, if you don't like Trump or you don't like Harris, leave that blank and go vote for your state and your local representatives and the amendments that are there in your state. They differ from each state, so not every amendment and not every person is going to be the same ballot. You do get sample ballots to look at to make your decisions on how it's going to be, because once you go in there, folks, you better have a pretty good idea of who you want to vote for and for what position. Okay, that's the bottom line of it. Go in there with some kind of idea, because you want to get in and you want to get out. If you want to, don't wait till November 5th to cast your vote, unless you want to wait on a long line, which, of course, if you got all the time in the world to do that, go right ahead. I don't have the time to sit there on a line on November 5th. That's why I went when my polling place opened yesterday at 7 o'clock in the morning, okay? Because things have to be done. And still, I held my civic duty and responsibility as a citizen of the United States of America to cast my vote for who I think should be president of the United States. Now, I know a lot of people who come into this show to troll say that Donald Trump sucks, J.D. Vance is a lunatic and a racist and a piece of crap. And all I have to say about that is look at yourself in the mirror and stop being so miserable, okay? Why don't you, for once, take responsibility? You don't like them? Don't vote for them. But remember this. If you want the same things that you had from 2020 until now, when Joe Biden came into office, then you're going to suffer at the hands of Kamala Harris. And you're going to be spoon-fed every time like a little baby in a high chair. Okay? That's what we call socialism. That's what we call communism. That's what we call a dictatorship, folks. And if that's the way you want this country, we're not going to have an America anymore. All right? That's the bottom line. I can't tell you how many times I've had people say to me, well, Trump's a liar. He's a racist. He's prejudiced. He's a hypocrite. He's a Marxist. You don't know, because you're hearing it from the liberal media on CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, DMSNBC, and all those other stupid, fake, freaking liberal networks that all they have is a vendetta against Donald Trump. Okay? And some of you even question Fox News as to being fair and balanced. Well, if you saw the interview with Kamala Harris where Bret Baier gave one a hell of an interview, that right there should change your mind about Fox News, okay? Because all the commentators, all the journalists on that channel do their job, and they do it to the best that they possibly can with facts based on the evidence, okay? Something that a troll never has, facts. Something a troll never has also is evidence. Something a troll cannot stand is the words, prove it. You don't have those three to keep throwing insults at me. You have nothing. And you have nothing because you are worth nothing. I'm sorry if I talk down to you. No, I don't apologize for it. But see, the way you treat me is the way I'm going to throw it back to your ugly faces there, tough guys. Okay? And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the two guys in Michigan. I don't care if you're the asshole in Brick. And I don't care if you're from the Discord channel. And because I left the David 3000 network, you're pissed off up the freaking wazoo. Hey, man, look. I am not responsible for you having a miserable life, okay? That is not my problem. That is not my fault. That is your fault, and no one else you should be blaming for it. Because now you sound like Kamala Harris pointing a finger at everybody for her irresponsibility, okay? When you talk like that, when you act like that, you are acting like Miss Harris, okay? You're acting like a narcissistic piece of shit. And if you want to be labeled like that, you ass-eyed fucking trolls, then go ahead and be labeled like that, because we're going to continue to label you like that. We have every damn right to do that. You want to put a stop to us and stop freaking around and stop lying and denying? Then come on the shows when people call you out. You take your responsibility and you take your lumps for once in your sorry-ass life. Okay? You have the power to change, man. You have the power to move mountains. You can do things. If you have no confidence in yourself, then people are not going to really give you any kind of respect. And if you're begging for it, if you're pleading for it, which I'm not, okay? I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anything except to just live my life as a normal human being with normal people to associate with. But I have to deal with dirtbags, idiots, so-called people who think they know it all, and narcissistic pieces of trash. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm going to be very picky on my friends. I'm sorry. I'm going to be very picky. If you're looking for my friendship after you treated me like shit, why do you expect anything from me back? Why do you expect me to be your friend after you keep talking like you think you know it? That's what I cannot understand about some of you out there who come on this show, comment your freaking ass to me about past things from 2013 to 2021, and still to this day cannot understand why you want me to fess up to something that happened some 8-9 years ago. Why do you want me to fess up to shit like that? Are you dramatizing? Go watch Young and the Restless. Go watch Another World. Go sit there in front of the TV like a lazy fuck and watch those soap operas. There's your drama. Or you can go on CNBC or CNN and watch them dramatize crap. Okay? We don't have time for this, folks. We have a country to save. This is our chance right now. You want to do something on November 5th? You want to do something in your life for once that actually makes a difference and that people will actually recognize you for it? Go out and vote for the person who will take this country into the future and with good leadership. Because when it's all said and done, what you vote for or who you vote for is going to come back to bite you in the ass. And because, well, now I won't vote for Trump because Jason kind of talked me out. I didn't talk anybody out of nothing, okay? I told you what Donald Trump stands for. I told you what Kamala Harris stood for in the coming weeks over the past month. I gave you all of that information. All you have to do is look at the backtracks. All you have to do is look at the articles and make your decision. I'm not trying to sway anyone, but I'll tell you this. If you vote for Kamala Harris, you're asking for trouble. You're asking to be silenced. We're all going to be silenced. We will have no freedom, folks. We will not have the opportunities ever again in our lives till the day we die to have any chance at peace and prosperity and normalization for once. No, the world is going to be chaos. It's going to be violence. We'll all be dead for that matter. And you yourself, trolls, you think you're so tough? I told you somebody bigger out there could kick ass. And that gang out there in Colorado was kicking ass. So if you think you're a tough guy with a gun, Mr. Michigan man in Westland, with your Glock, and you think you could just point it around and scare people, why don't you go after that freaking gang in Colorado and see how tough maybe you will be? I love to see you go after those scumbags. The big mouths out there in Michigan, the tough guys, the ones who work for the UAW. You all have families to protect. Great. Well, do something once in your life. The gangs in Chicago, you're all pissed off that the gangs from the other countries are coming into your town? Well, look at this. You know, I always say somebody bigger and better and badass is going to kick some ass around here. And if the trolls think that, oh, well, you know, we can go in there and start some trouble, it's going to be World War III right here in the States. It's going to be civil war. The gangs who've already established themselves in the inner cities, you guys should be preparing for the worst because they're going to come after your ass. Yes, the foreign gangs, Trendale Agua, whatever you want to call them. They are coming for you. They're going to try to nail you to the coffin. Are you prepared for the worst? That's the question you should all be asking yourself. And if you're in a gang and you've established territory, be prepared because you are on the hit list. I hate to say it. You are on the hit list because there's going to be a bigger group of people coming in that's going to put you down to your knees and it's going to make you cry. And the worst thing I could possibly see is a gang of 25 individuals who have been tough all their lives have to look like this when the foreign gang comes in with A-15s and illegal weapons and kicks you right out of the city. Then what are you going to do? Then what? Do yourself a favor and start preparing a comeback to save not only your life, but your city, your community, and your neighborhood. Do something and clean up your city for once. And tell those foreign gangs to get the hell out of here or there's going to be bloodshed. Why are you not threatening them? Why are you going after the good people who basically just want to live their lives? That's what I don't understand about criminals. That's what I don't understand. There's always going to be a bigger organization that's going to come after some little tiny bad criminal activity organization. And the day of reckoning is going to happen if you don't vote in Donald Trump. Think about it. And we'll be right back with our first article of the day, which is the surprising reason you shouldn't paint pumpkins on Halloween, if we even have a Halloween for that matter. We'll be back with more of the nightly news right after this.
I'm Phil Rizzuto, announcing that the Money Store is now accepting loan applications from anywhere in New York State. From Niagara Falls to Montauk Point, from Messina to Staten Island, homeowners can borrow up to no limit for debt consolidation, business investment, or any purpose at all. Long-term plans available. For information, call the Money Store toll-free. From anywhere in New York State, dial 800-632-3262.
Inside Firestone's newest 721 radial are two belts of steel cord. In each cord, 10 strands of high-strength steel. 7 strands around 2, wrapped by 1. 721. Because it's a metric radial, it can use more air, so you use less gas. We call it the Fuel Fighter, designed to save you more gas than any steel-belted radial tire Firestone has ever built. Firestone's newest 721, the Fuel Fighter.
Take me out in my Wildcats. Take me out to the game. Pick up some action. free with purchase of Wildcats by Buster Brown.
You can get your free ball and bat at these Buster Brown stores.
Which of these leading soft drinks gives you nutrition with vitamin A?
Yoo-hoo.
Vitamin B2?
Yoo-hoo.
Vitamin C?
Yoo-hoo.
Vitamin D?
Yoo-hoo.
Niacin?
Yoo-hoo.
Calcium?
Yoo-hoo.
Potassium?
Yoo-hoo.
Which soft drink gives you all that, is 99% caffeine-free, and tastes delicious? Yoo-hoo. Great taste with nutrition. Yoo-hoo chocolate drink. Another delicious product from Yoo-hoo.
Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Hey, Dan, ready for the game? I'm just finishing up here with my new kayaking friends.
Kayaking friends on your computer?
Yeah, I just got America Online.
Sounds great. Listen, I can't go to the game today.
What?
I've got to send something for my mom's birthday. It's tomorrow. I'll then book plane tickets for our trip next week, and my kids got to go to the library to look up dinosaurs.
Hey, we can take care of all that before we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, with America Online.
America Online can do all that?
Yeah. How about sending your mom some nice flowers? All you do is click on Marketplace. We place an order.
Call now for America Online, a new way to use your computer to communicate, have fun, and get instant news and information.
Flowers are sent. Now let's access the online travel service.
How long have you had this?
About a week. And it's so easy. All you do is point and click.
But how does it work?
All you need is a computer and a regular phone line. They send you the software and give you 10 free hours to check it out.
Call now for your free America Online Startup Kit and get free software and 10 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online.
Plane tickets are ordered. Now, let's look up dinosaurs. What do you think? Compton's Encyclopedia or National Geographic?
You get all that with America Online?
Yeah, you can read Business Week online before it hits the newsstand. Update your stock portfolio every 15 minutes with PC Quote. You can even play fantasy football.
Call now for 10 free hours of America Online and get instant access to the worlds of sports, finance, computing, and entertainment.
Here come the dinosaurs. I saved you a trip to the library.
That's great.
Yeah, downloading is easy, too. You know, I can even send email on the internet. And, of course, there's my personal favorite, live chat. That's how I met my new kayaking buddies. We'll check that out later, after the game.
So how do you get America Online?
Oh, well, that's easy, too. You just call their 800 number.
I got to check this out.
Call 1-800-614-3434 now for your free America Online Startup Kit with free software and 10 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online. So call 1-800-614-3434.
Blue.
What's up?
Well, actually, I could go for some chocolate.
You're a Baldwin, right?
Yeah?
Which one?
I'm Steven.
Well, I would have expected better, Steven.
Better what?
Your performance. Go for some chocolate. I didn't believe for a second you were going to eat me.
Really?
Honestly, not your best work.
All right, fine. I'll go back out here and try it again, all right? Blue?
No blue aquí.
Buddy?
Go.
All right, welcome back to the Nightly News. Ready to go with our first article of the night, which is the surprising reason you shouldn't paint pumpkins on Halloween. Yes, you know, Halloween is only about 9 days away. And as we get closer to the official holiday, which is really not a holiday, but an official day of enjoying trick-or-treating with the family and safe Halloweens, Cynthia Sans-Carstens is going to tell us why you shouldn't paint pumpkins on Halloween. Well, those eye-catching embellished jack-o'-lanterns can pose an unexpected hazard. And when it comes to decorating for Halloween, you either gourd big or go home, which is why you'll find so many porches brimming with pumpkins this time of year. There are big pumpkins and little ones, smiling jack-o'-lanterns, and menacing monster gourds. But there is one kind of pumpkin you shouldn't set outside as a decoration this Halloween season, a painted one. And the reason may surprise you. Read on to find out why you need to be extra careful with these types of Halloween decorations and maybe even skip them altogether. So, while painting is a great way to decorate a pumpkin without carving it, painted pumpkins can pose a serious danger to animals. So if you're going to keep that pumpkin outdoors or where a curious dog or cat might nibble on it, think twice before you paint. Certain pigments in artists' paint include lead and other metals that can be a concern if ingested, says Renee D. Schmid. She's the DMV and the director of veterinarian medicine at the Pet Poison Helpline. If an animal eats paint, it can cause intestinal symptoms like vomiting and diarrhea, and could sometimes even be fatal. The same is true for wildlife, according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, which recently reposted its annual PSA warning about the dangers painted pumpkins can pose. Squirrels, raccoons, deer, moose, Foxes, mice, and insects might feast on the delicious orange porch snack you leave near your front door, officials said in the Post. However, a painted pumpkin can potentially be toxic to wildlife if they eat it. It's complicated. No paint is completely safe, says Cara Nelson. She's the DMV medical director of Allied Veterinarian Services. But certainly some are more dangerous than others. As Dr. Schmid notes, pigments in artists and oil paints are the most concerning. Depending on the pigment, ingredients can include lead, cadmium, manganese, mercury, or other metals. Ingesting a small amount of an oil-based paint can cause vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, and weakness. Larger amounts can be fatal if left untreated. Paints labeled non-toxic, like many general craft acrylic and watercolor paints, as well as those designed for kids to use, are less problematic, but they can still cause stomach upset, vomiting, and diarrhea in pets and wildlife if ingested. And the more an animal eats, the sicker it could become. If an animal were to ingest a small amount from one painted pumpkin, it isn't likely to cause a significant concern, says Dr. Schmid. However, when a squirrel goes from one painted pumpkin to the next, it is ingesting larger concentrations, which can be problematic. Small and large are also relative concepts, of course. A small amount to, say, a German Shepherd would be a very large amount to a squirrel. So if you have your heart set on a painted pumpkin, of course you can still have one. Just keep it inside and away from wildlife, as well as out of reach of any pets who might try to turn it into a chew toy. And be careful while painting, too. While a pet nibbling on a pumpkin decorated with acrylic or latex paint likely won't suffer any lasting harm, the biggest concern would be if the pet ingested the paint in a larger quantity, such as by chewing the container or drinking from the paint bowl, says Dr. Schmid. So make sure to keep pets out of the room while you're working and store paints in sealed containers that your furry friends can't access. Now, is pumpkin itself toxic for pets? No, both dogs and cats can eat pumpkin. In fact, the squash is high in fiber and packed with vitamins and minerals. Vets often prescribe a dollop of pureed pumpkin to help pets with constipation and diarrhea, but just be careful to give them only pure pumpkin puree, either the kind that comes in a can or pumpkin flesh you roast yourself. The cans labeled pumpkin pie filling contain sugar, spices, and other additives that are not good for pets. And if your dog wants to join the neighborhood squirrels in gnawing on your non-painted porch pumpkin, you still need to keep an eye on him. I have seen pets, usually dogs, with GI upset from eating pumpkins, especially after they start rotting, says Dr. Nelson. And there's also the potential for a choking hazard or GI obstruction when the rind is eaten in large chunks. Most pet parents are aware that Halloween candy shouldn't be shared with their pets, with chocolate being a particular danger, but there are other Halloween hazards to watch out for as well. Candy wrappers can clump and cause gastrointestinal obstruction, says Dr. Nelson. And those gauzy spiderweb decorations you can drape across your lawn, if swallowed, they can get tangled up in a dog's or cat's digestive system and cause serious internal injuries. It can be life-threatening, says Dr. Schmid, so it's also important to make sure pets don't gnaw on electrical cords or chew snaps and buttons off costumes. And if you're thinking of using one of those DIY tricks to make your carved pumpkin last longer, like spraying it with bleach or WD-40 to delay decomposition, you'll want to keep your pet away from that too. Standard household bleach sprayed on a pumpkin may cause stomach upset if ingested. And for more professional grade bleach is applied undiluted, corrosive effects, including ulcers to the mouth and tongue, can develop. And when Halloween is over, you may be tempted to toss your painted pumpkin in the compost pile. Not so fast. The paint won't decompose, and it will contaminate your compost with whatever metals or chemicals are in the paint. But that doesn't mean it has to go to the landfill. If you've used craft paint, you may be able to scrub the paint off with water or vegetable oil. If only a portion of the pumpkin is painted, you can also just cut away that area and compost the rest. There you go. Great article for it. And we're going to look at some of these other articles, including the history of jack-o'-lanterns, next week on the Nightly News. So stay tuned for that because it should be a fun article to go with. We'll be back with more of the nightly news and I'll look at our second article, which is the new FTC rule that makes it easier to cancel memberships and subscriptions. Here's what you need to know. We'll give you that information when we come back right after these very important messages.
It's the quick, thick, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish. It's the clean, green, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish.
Swish's thick green liquid clings to the bowl, clings to the rim, and it cleans as it clings. It deep cleans, it fights rust, and nicest of all, Swish releases a fresh cut fragrance.
It's the quick, thick, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish. It's the clean, green, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish.
It cleans as it clings.
Goody, 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 goody. Goody got it, Goody got it. Sam Goody got it, Sam Goody got it, Sam Goody. Sam Goody got it.
We've got it. Summer savings at Sam Goody. Pick up Theater of Pain from Motley Crue, Invasion of Your Privacy, new from Rat, and Shaken and Stirred by Robert Plant. On sale now, only $6.99 each. Store-wide summer savings at Sam Goody.
Goody, Goody, Sam Goody got it. Goody, Goody. Sam Goody got it, Sam Goody got it.
Sam Goody. Got it.
I've been shot at, shot up, and shot down. So I don't take chances on anything. I won't touch a filter that isn't from AC. Why mess with air filters that can't go for up to 30,000 miles? Or oil filters that can't deliver up to 15,000? For the AC Delco retailer nearest you, just give me a call at 1-800-AC Delco. If you put your muscle into a job, use your head and do it with AC Delco.
Why are you doing this? This is unbelievable. Excuse me. Excuse me. Don't ignore me. I'm talking to you here. I don't even know you. Stop eating.
I'm the babysitter's fine. Who ate my steak?
A1 steak sauce. Yeah, it's that important.
You have a list of things. None of those things say wander around a warehouse looking for somebody to help you, or walk out not knowing if you got exactly what you need. Nope, you have a list of things, and Ace has them, from the brands you trust. We also have people like Pete who ask the right questions to make sure you get everything you need. Because at Ace, we have our own list, and great service is at the top.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
That's right, Candace. We're getting multiple reports of this mysterious but powerful phenomena. People are experiencing a sound, after which they drop everything, and I mean everything, and run to their nearest White Castle. Now, we are urging folks to stay calm. There's no evidence that this...
Richard, we're live.
When the crave calls,
Richard, we're live.
Go to White Castle for the $5 bacon bundle with 2 bacon sliders and a small fry. White Castle. Follow your crave.
Well, if you ever had multiple memberships and subscriptions and you were never using them now, since you have stopped paying on them or they continue to charge your account, even though you thought you canceled them, well, we've got some interesting news from a new FTC rule that makes it easier to cancel your memberships. Here's what you need to know by Jamie Stathis from the Reader's Digest. Okay, tired of jumping through hoops to cancel subscriptions? The FTC's new rule aims to make unsubscribing easy. And it can be so easy to sign up for memberships and subscriptions, but canceling them? Well, that's a hassle and a half. Often you need to click through multiple screens only to be prompted to enter passwords you don't remember setting up. Even worse is when you have to pick up the phone to cancel and find out the manager you need to speak with works only on Tuesday afternoons. Yeah, it's easy to get frustrated with the process of unsubscribing or run out of time to complete it. The end result, you wind up paying another few months or even another year for those subscriptions. Amazon and Adobe have a reputation for making consumer subscriptions hard to cancel. Planet Fitness has also been put on blast for making some customers cancel in person, and its cancellation policy is made more complicated because it varies by location. That $15 gym membership sounded like a good idea on New Year's Day, but factor in the time it takes to cancel and the cost of paying for another month if you miss the deadline or don't follow the exact process, and the deal looks decidedly less sweet. But the FTC is putting a stop to this. Last year, it ordered FinTech company Bridget to refund $18 million to customers after its cancellation practices were ruled deceptive. Now it has announced a click-to-cancel rule that'll make canceling subscriptions as easy as signing up. Too often, businesses make people jump through endless hoops just to cancel a subscription. FTC Commissioner Chair Lena M. Khan said in a statement, "The FTC's rule will end these tricks and traps, saving Americans time and money. Nobody should be stuck paying for a service they no longer want." So read on to find all about the rule, including how it works, when it takes effect, and what you can do to easily cancel subscriptions in the meantime. So the new click-to-cancel rule prohibits companies from having complicated cancellation policies and procedures. The official FTC announcement states that business must make it as easy for customers to cancel their enrollment as it was to sign up. If companies don't comply, they may face penalties. Why should you care? Well, the average American spends about $91 per month on subscriptions, but some spend hundreds, often unwillingly. And many are stuck with subscriptions or memberships that are hard to get out of. The FTC's ruling aims to stop unfair practices. So the click-to-cancel rule primarily works by prohibiting negative option programs. These programs have been around for decades, and we've all fallen victim to them at least once. Negative option programs require you to opt out to cancel a service. If you don't, your plan continues to renew, and they fall into one of four categories: pre-notification plans like Book of the Month clubs, continuity plans like grocery deliveries, automatic renewals like magazine or newspaper subscriptions, free trials, often known as conversion offers. The FTC's announcement states that the rule will also prohibit sellers from misrepresenting any material facts while using negative option marketing, and require sellers to provide important information before obtaining consumers' billing information and charging them, and require sellers to get consumers' informed consent to the negative option features before charging them. Now, when does it go into effect? Well, according to the FTC's announcement, the new click-to-cancel rule will go into effect 180 days after it's published in the Federal Register. So, if you can't wait that long to cancel that subscription you're not using and don't want to pay for, well, you take action now. The following tactics can help you avoid the runaround companies build into their cancellation processes. So use a subscription cancellation tool. And because subscriptions often appear on your credit card statements under names that don't match the product or service, they can be overlooked. Rocket Money is a great service for people who have subscriptions that may have forgotten about. It may sound too good to be true, but the company has a 4.4 star out of 5 rating on Trustpilot and is accredited by the BBB. Now, Experian offers a service to help you identify and eliminate unwanted subscriptions, although the service has an upfront cost and it can help you save money in the long run. And if you try to cancel a membership or subscription but keep getting charged, reach out to your credit card company and let it know what's going on. In most cases, it will help. And while you wait for the click-to-cancel rule to take effect, remember, it's important to read service agreements. That's one we talked about yesterday. Click agree too quickly, and you might find yourself in a binding contract. Yes, there you have it, folks. Another great article. And, of course, Jamie Stathis, she writes about technology, cybersecurity, careers, retirement, travel, and everything related to being a human being on a constantly evolving planet. She is insatiably curious and still trying to figure out if she prefers the mountains or the ocean, and realizes this might be a lifelong puzzle to solve. Well, hopefully she chooses one of the two eventually, and maybe both when it comes right down to it. Hey, that would be great for a great versus episode. Mountains versus the oceans. Which one do you prefer? They have long histories, you know? All right, when we come back, we will look at the third article in our 3-article list tonight, and that is Pringles is bringing back this popular flavor for good. So if you like Pringles chips as much as I do, and I haven't had Pringles in God knows how long, then you're going to be excited to know about this flavor that was discontinued, and it'll be coming back very soon. We'll be back with more of the nightly news right after these very important messages.
Start with a rockin' hit where Coca-Cola is heard. Add a berry cherry kick, then tell me what's the word. The word out is cherry Coke. Now more cherry taste in it. Takes you past the limit. Word out is cherry Coke.
Hey, watch it! I'm ready!
Kids, pick out something to drink.
Okay, we got purple boxes, soda, and Sunny D. Grab the Sunnies.
Sunny Delight singles have the great citrus taste kids love and the same vitamins as Big Sunny Delight.
Mom, your shoes! Cool!
Sunny Delight singles, the good stuff kids go for.
Yo, Gramps, you guys want to play?
Maybe.
For Big Macs?
You're on. Well, we need another guy. Yeah, and he better be fast. I'm just a guy. Did we get a guy?
Hey! Give me that.
Hey, what's up, Mark? Can I play?
No. I thought. Putty tail.
Birdies. To always having special sauce. Oh, mine!
It's not basketball season. It's duck season.
Yeah, give me that ball.
Something real familiar about that bunny. What do you think you are?
Let me show you. Amazing! Look, it's
Big Macs! Wait, guys, Larry, you gotta remember me. Charles, Bree!
There may be scarier pumpkins. There may be more artistic pumpkins. There may be more theatrical pumpkins. There may even be more worldly pumpkins, but there's never been a pumpkin with better taste. This Halloween, buy a Carvel pumpkin ice cream cake for $9.99, or get 4 Halloween treats for $4. Carvel, the ice cream bakery. Everything should be made of ice cream.
Some people love peanut butter. Some people love chocolate. But the taste they make when you put them together is a delicious taste all its own. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Yes, Reese's, please.
Me too.
Thanks.
Rich milk chocolate and creamy peanut butter.
You get 2 great tastes in one candy bar. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Can you identify who it was that frightened you, ma'am?
I'll try.
This Halloween, terrifying creatures are on the loose at Taco Bell. Wanted, Goosebumps at Taco Bell. Slappy's Candy Keeper, Cuddles the Horrible Hamster, Rapid Mummy, and Skullmobile. Get them now. Goosebumps collectibles only at Taco Bell.
Well, Pringles has been one of those favorite snacks that everybody loves in those familiar cans. They even come in snack sizes, too, to pack in your lunch bags. Well, for all those who've eaten Pringles most of their entire life or have just started, and you happen to see some of them that disappeared because of the flavors, well, Pringles is bringing back one of those flavors for good, this time by popular demand. Which one is it? Well, Nina Derwin is going to tell you which one it is. Yes, the internet asked, and Pringles finally answered. Here's which flavor is resurrecting this month. While plain potato chips are the undisputed classic, flavored varieties give us something new and exciting to crunch on with our sandwiches. But you can't always count on your favorites to stick around. After all, potato chip flavors come and go depending on how they're received by shoppers. Some become grocery store staples. We're looking at you, salt and vinegar, barbecue, and sour cream and onion. Others get canned along the way. And if you're still in mourning because your favorite flavor disappeared from shelves, it might be time to get excited. Pringles, maker of the world's most stackable chip, is answering the rallying cry of people all over social media. One of the most beloved flavors ever to be discontinued is making its return to grocery store shelves once and for all. And as chip lovers ourselves, we did some sleuthing. Read on to find out which fan favorite chip from Pringles is making a comeback and where you can find it. So for the past 2 years, Pringles fans have flooded social media with pleas for the company to bring back its beloved dill pickle chips. Though technically speaking, Pringles aren't really potato chips. Well, Pringles has finally heeded the call. The snack maker first teased the return of the popular dill pickle flavor with a funny Instagram post in September. Now we can confirm the flavor will return to store shelves this month. Well, the flavor was discontinued in 2022, much to the disappointment of pickle lovers everywhere. And for years, they've begged the company to bring the beloved chips back. So, what made Pringles finally cave? Well, over the past several months, pickles have become a surprisingly popular tonic on social media, or a topic, a tonic as well, with pop star Dua Lipa ever putting them in her soda. Pickle mania eventually gave way to Pickle Talk, a little corner of TikTok dedicated to pickle-related content. You see where this is going, right? Pringles realized that all the pickle love was kind of a big deal and decided to give the people what they craved: dill pickle Pringles. And this also surprisingly did not make a news of the weird either. I don't know why, but if it was on the Reader's Digest, God willing, we would know, right? If you didn't have the chance to try Pringles dill pickle flavor the first time, now is your chance. And according to Pringles, the taste mimics the straight from the jar taste of dill pickles, mixing salty and tangy flavors with herbaceous dill. As our pals over at Taste of Home found in their massive Pringles taste test, the chips are packed with dill flavor. Serious pickle fans were impressed. But dill pickle isn't the first and certainly won't be the last flavor to make a comeback. Pringles recently reintroduced the honey mustard variety to its lineup. And the snack maker just announced the return of its Hot Ones flavor line, a team up with one of the hottest talk shows on YouTube, Hot Ones. The chips pay homage to Hot Ones hot sauces. Pringles Hot Ones Los Calientes Rojo, smoky blend of serrano and habanero peppers. And Pringles Hot Ones Los Calientes Verde, a spicy blend of applewood smoked red jalapenos and habanero peppers, are destined for grocery store shelves once again, much to the delight of snack enthusiasts everywhere. Pringles is also introducing a brand new Hot Ones inspired flavor: Pringles Hot Ones Los Calientos Barbacoa. Combines chipotle and smoky jalapeno flavors with herbs and spices for a one-of-a-kind kick. So Pringles dill pickle flavor will soon be available at grocery stores nationwide. Just look for the pickle green can and image of the Pringles man. While there is no official release date, Pringles told Reader's Digest that the returning flavor, along with the new and returning Hot Ones flavors, will hit store shelves across the country sometime in October, which is right about now. It should have already hit shelves. So if you're not sure where to purchase Pringles near you, worry not. The company has an interactive map on its website that can help you find the best place to buy any flavor your heart desires. The map allows your choice of you to choose a flavor, then uses your location to display shoppable nearby stores like CVS, Walgreens, Target, and Walmart. And while we don't know much or how much a can of dill pickles Pringles will cost just yet, it will likely be priced similarly to other varieties, which typically cost between $2.50 and $3.50 per can, depending on the retailer. I remember when Pringles was only 99 cents or maybe $1.50. Well, Nina Derwin, she's a Brooklyn-based writer with a passion for the art of storytelling who covers the latest trends in popular culture, entertainment, health, and personal finance. She has written for a number of publications, including Beyond Dish, Redbook, Country Living, Esquire, Delish, and Digital Trends. She's also had several episodes of scripted television stuff as well. And you can go on and read more about Nina Derwin, who is one of the more elaborate authors on the Reader's Digest. Thank you, Nina, for a great article there. And that's going to wrap up those articles for this edition of the Nightly News. It is officially 6 minutes before 8 o'clock. We'll come up with the last half hour of our program with the holiday of today, the motivation, and, of course, other great stuff to give you some extra boost during this final 2 weeks of October heading into Election Day. We'll be back with our final look at stuff and more right after these very important messages.
It's the quick, thick, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish. It's the clean, green, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish.
Swish's thick green liquid clings to the bowl, clings to the rim, and it cleans as it clings. It deep cleans, it fights rust, and nicest of all, Swish releases a fresh cut fragrance.
It's the quick, thick, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish. It's the clean, green, liquid bowl cleaner new Swish.
It cleans as it clings.
Goody, 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 goody. Goody got it, goody got it. Sam, Goody got it. Sam Goody got it. Sam Goody. Sam Goody got it.
We've got it. Summer savings at Sam Goody. Pick up Theater of Pain from Motley Crue, Invasion of Your Privacy, new from Rat, and Shaken and Stirred by Robert Plant. On sale now, only $6.99 each. Store-wide summer savings at Sam Goody.
Goody, Goody, Sam Goody got it. Goody, Goody. Sam Goody got it. Sam Goody got it.
Sam Goody. Got it.
I've been shot at, shot up, and shot down. So I don't take chances on anything. I won't touch a filter that isn't from AC. Why mess with air filters that can't go for up to 30,000 miles? Or oil filters that can't deliver up to 15,000? For the AC Delco retailer nearest you, just give me a call at 1-800-AC Delco. If you put your muscle into a job, use your head and do it with AC Delco.
Why are you doing this? This is unbelievable. Excuse me. Excuse me. Don't ignore me. I'm talking to you here. I don't even know you. Stop eating.
I'm the babysitter's fine. Who ate my steak?
A1 steak sauce. Yeah, it's that important.
You have a list of things. None of those things say wander around a warehouse looking for somebody to help you, or walk out not knowing if you got exactly what you need. Nope, you have a list of things, and Ace has them, from the brands you trust. We also have people like Pete who ask the right questions to make sure you get everything you need. Because at Ace, we have our own list, and great service is at the top.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
That's right, Candace. We're getting multiple reports of this mysterious but powerful phenomena. People are experiencing a sound, after which they drop everything, and I mean everything, and run to their nearest White Castle. Now, we are urging folks to stay calm. There's no evidence that this...
Richard, we're live.
When the crave calls,
Richard, we're live.
Go to White Castle for the $5 bacon bundle with 2 bacon sliders and a small fry. White Castle. Follow your crave.
Okay, we're here ready now for the holiday of today, which to some people might be a funny one, but to others, if you have an allergy to this particular food, I advise you to just not even stare at the screen. Probably want to go into the next room. Today is National Nut Day, and I'm not talking about your nuts down there. I'm talking about these nuts. These nuts, yes, those kind of nuts, pecans, walnuts, any kind of nuts you can think of. And like I said, if you have an allergic reaction to it, disclaimer is please do not, whatever you do, look at these pictures, or if you have a severe kind of case, just leave the room and come back later when we're done with this. Okay. It was created by the Liberation Foods Company to encourage the public to choose healthier snack options, celebrated every October 22nd. And this is your day for nutty fun. So, National Nut Day was created by Liberation Foods Company as a way to do the right thing by the collectives of small nut farmers around the world. It was important to the company to stress to the public that their nuts were not only sustainably grown, but that the company was committed to giving their nut farmers a fair minimum wage for their labor and their crops. Farmers growing Brazil nuts, peanuts, and cashews from Malawi, Brazil, India, El Salvador, and other third world countries came together to form a fair trade collective under Liberation Foods' umbrella. Now, National Nut Day appeared in 2015 on Liberation Foods' website. And although the company is based in the United Kingdom, this holiday has spread far and wide, especially to the States. The day is devoted to all things nuts related, including recipes and cooking tips. Many African countries infuse their daily meals with peanuts on a regular basis, in stews and soups. And according to the Nutcracker Museum, nuts were a regular part of the human diet from as far back as almost 800,000 years ago. Early man used nutting tools to crack stones. Pecan remains from 6100 BC were discovered in a Texas cave, and early Europeans ate pistachios, while Greeks and Romans believed that walnuts were a gift from the gods. Eventually, the English sailed the Mediterranean with walnuts on board ships. The nuts were used for trading, and by the 18th century, walnuts arrived in the New World, specifically California, where the Franciscan monks set foot on these new shores. So, no matter what you eat today, include a healthy helping of nuts. They have lots of health benefits, and they make you happy. Unless, of course, you're punched in the nuts or kicked, then you're not so happy. Yeah, right? That's important to remember on National Nut Day. Yes, here's the timeline, folks. Goes to 1890 to the late 1800s to 1900 to 1916. Planters Peanuts launches a logo contest. Yeah, Planters Peanuts, still to this day, the biggest selling nut. Here are some survey results. This is info gathered by one of the top health and wellness marketing agencies. Yes, they surveyed 1,000 people about their nut eating habits, and here are the facts. Nearly 88% of people surveyed responded that they like or love nuts. 1 in 25 people surveyed responded that they hate them. That's about 4%. And 90% of those surveyed, nearly 1 in 20, picked Planters as their favorite brand. Of course, there's other brands too. So, what's your favorite type of nut? Well, as you can see, these are the trends here. And, well, it looks like the walnut is the winner. Yep. And coming in second would be the cashew and the hazelnut, followed by the actual peanut itself. Everybody else is down in there. We've got the almonds, the pistachios, the pecans, the macadamia, the Brazil, the pine, the chestnut, macadamia nut, and the water caltrop. Never heard of that one before. Interesting. I'd have to do some research on that one too. And of course, Planters is by far the dominating brand of nut to buy. Second Nature would probably be up there. Blue Diamond is way back there. You would think, and even the ones who make the macadamia nut, Mauna Loa, are way low. Wow. Yep. And Everybody's Nuts is even down there too. Second, Young Pecans in there, Imperial. I like Blue Diamond. They're a pretty good one if, Planters is not on sale. Emerald is also very good too. I like their pecan coated, sugar-coated pecans. Very good, especially during the holidays. So, here's what National Nut Day around the world. Let's take a look at some other food-related holidays. In Australia, they have National Burger Day, May 28th. In Sweden, National Waffle Day. In the United Kingdom, National Biscuit Day. And in Japan, they have Strawberry Day. 10,000 BC, the year walnuts can be traced back to, making them the oldest tree food. $800 million is the amount Americans spend each year on peanut butter. And in 1919, the year that Texas adopted the pecan tree as its state tree. 2 years, that's how long almonds can be refrigerated for. And 20%, one serving of chestnuts provides 20% of your daily vitamin C requirements. One serving of walnuts supplies 100% of your daily omega-3 requirements. 40%, that's what the chocolate companies buy, 40% of the world's almond supply. And 4 in 10, well, that's the number of Americans that actually eat nuts. So, make your favorite nut butter today if you're going to do an activity. Store-bought nut butter is so 2000 and late. Grab your favorite nut, toss them in a food processor, and add some sweetener if desired, and voila. Grab a knife to spread the goodness or eat it by the spoonful. And want to brighten up someone's day at work? Buy a family-sized container of mixed nuts at your local market and make snack-sized goodie bags for your coworkers. It's an inexpensive treat many will go nuts for. Just make sure no one has peanut allergies, as we were saying before. And try grabbing a handful of your favorite nut and adding them to your breakfast oatmeal, lunch chicken salad, or that veggie stir fry you're making for dinner. The added protein will make your stomach and muscles happy. And why we love the day? Well, no matter what your preference is, there's a vast variety of these delicious snacks to suit your taste buds. Nuts also come in all shapes and sizes, from teardrop-shaped almonds to the wrinkly walnuts. Taste your choice. They are creamy and dreamy when consumed, and they also deliver a punch of nutrition. Almonds are rich in protein, calcium, and vitamin E, while all nuts provide large amounts of healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. That's so much good stuff for your body. And we all get hungry, but it's always easy to make time for a full meal. What do we do in situations like these? Nuts to the rescue. We can grab a handful of nuts for a guiltless snack that keeps our tummies happy in the short term. So grab a handful today, folks, and enjoy your nuts. Yeah, that did not come out right. Wednesday, October 22nd in 2025 will be the next time we see National Nut Day next year. Okay. I I don't understand it. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, yeah. These nuts. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, let's get now to the motivation of the day and wrap up this show. I even have it saved. Look at that. Oh, yes. Of course, Ralph Marston always has some fantastic daily motivators for you. And here's one for today, October 22nd, 2024, called Act Right Away. And as soon as you make a decision, begin to put that decision into action. Lock in your commitment by immediately investing yourself in it. At the moment you decide on a course of action, your purpose is clear and your enthusiasm is high. So tap into that clarity and energy right away before they have a chance to fade. The sooner you begin, the more quickly you establish momentum. And the less time you waste, the more time you have for making a difference. Rather than idly wondering how to proceed, begin to experiment with what works and what doesn't. Instead of being afraid to make a mistake, look forward to learning from your mistakes and improving your efforts. You've chosen to move forward, so don't contaminate that choice with excuses or procrastination. Honor your choice by acting on it with sharp focus and high expectations. And once you've decided, there's much you can do and no reason for delay. Act right away, get going quickly, and keep going strong. Great. Thank you, Ralph Marston, for another great daily motivator. And of course, thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. And remember, of course, we've got Wipe Those Tears tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. There will be no nightly news tomorrow night. We'll be back on Thursday for another great episode. No, episode. Episode. Really? Did I say that? Episode? I did. Episode number 16 on October 24th, 2024. All right. We'll see you then. For now, have a great night. And remember, be honest, be real, and keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Good night. And we'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now.
Thank you.